Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go!
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artists, and we break down one of their records. We get into the music, lyrics, how it was made, and everything in between. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, you smash that subscribe button, dude. That's what the kids say. And this week we are doing the Gorillaz. We've never done them on the podcast. We've been doing this for over 10 years. Never done the Gorillaz. And this comes from a recommendation from friend of the pod, Isaac. He reached out to us a few weeks ago, asking us to do the Gorillaz, and that's why we're here. So let's get. We're doing their third record, Plastic Beach. So we're gonna break that all down. But before we do that, we're gonna get into our origin story with the band, first impressions of the record, stinkers, bangers, or banger stinkers, so on and so forth. So, origin story, Gorillaz. What do you got? Go.
Whew. That was a lot. It was a lot.
It was a long intro. I wanted to give Isaac a shout out. I just he recommends stuff, and he's like, I think he's like 2 for 4 right now, like two good things and like 2 just trash.
BC Boys
and Gorillaz were good.
Gorillaz
311 not good. Audio Slave was
Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
Audio Slave was not good. 311 was I didn't think it was going to be very good, and it did not disappoint. But Audio Slave was not good.
Yeah, that was awful.
Okay, well, this is a different, because Beastie Boys obviously are fucking good. Everybody knows that. This will be a different one, because here we are. I guess we haven't done it in 10 years. Anyway, origin story, Clint Eastwood. Like, the moment that song came out, I spent so much time trying to figure out what they are saying. And when I say they, because, like, there's no internet, I can't just look it up and see who's rapping on it. So I was like, oh, I wonder if, like, the same guy that's singing is rapping, and it wasn't until later on where you realize it wasn't until, like, way later on, too, because they didn't just come out. I don't remember them coming out just saying, like, no, that's not us singing. Or rapping. That's a whole different thing. It was, like, a lot of mystery behind everything, you know?
There was
like,
a lot of, nobody really knew who. They didn't know that it was Damon from Blur. Like,
fuck
nobody
no.
really.
No way.
Yeah.
This was just a random band, and so you didn't know anything. It was cool, but I remember I spent so much fucking time trying to memorize. I think, like, the big songs in my life are, like, the hip hop songs that I've tried really hard to memorize, like, the lyrics and figure out what is happening. Is Can I Kick It from Tribe, this song, Clint Eastwood, and then the next episode. Those are the 3 ones that I really, really, really tried to learn every fucking lyric to. But yeah, when
I've seen you karaoke this song. I've seen you karaoke Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
I have seen that multiple times.
Clint Eastwood was what got me more, and I was already like a little hip hop kid, so I was already kind of into, like, the alternative scene, like Farside and stuff. But I didn't know who Adele was, and so. I don't know if it was I knew who Dell was, or I found out who Dell was and then found out that he was the one doing this, or vice versa. But it was like, holy fuck, like, 2 things that I love are on the same track that I love. That's awesome. And then that just opened up more doors for me. But yeah, Clint Eastwood for sure is my introduction to the Gorillaz.
Yes. Yeah, same here. That was my intro. I remember specifically hearing it on K-Rock, local famous rock station here in the LA area. That was the first time I heard it, and then I did record this on a little cassette tape, so I could just listen to it over and over again. And I love the rap. I didn't know who Dell was. I didn't know any of it. I mean, I wasn't a hip hop kid, and I mean, even to this day, I like hip hop, but I'm not a big hip hop head like you are. I like random things here and there, but yeah, at the time I was straight into nu metal, punk music. But there was something about this Clint Eastwood song that really just kind of it was just so different and so unique. And Del has such a unique voice, and you just get this simple fucking beat in Clint Eastwood. It's weird. I've never heard anything like it. Even to this day, nobody sounds like the Gorillaz. They're just so fucking unique. and it was the same back then. So that is my origin story, is Clint Eastwood. But then after that, I would always listen to the records as they kind of came out over the years, and it really wasn't until the fall that I really got into them again, very, very briefly. I like Plastic Beach a lot when it came out, but yeah, otherwise, like I've kind of followed them, and yeah, that's pretty much my origin story. And Plastic Beach is great, and that's the record we're doing. So
That's right. We're doing Plastic Beach.
we're doing Plastic Beach. We're not doing
Let down.
Gorillaz. we both
Not
agreed
really.
on this.
I know. It is a
But-
much better record overall.
Yes. So Plastic Beach came out in 2010, and this is like kind of where they really started to go pop, like hardcore go pop. And it makes sense. 2010. This is also when like Kanye had blown up. Graduation had come out, and we've talked about it in the past. Like, had Graduation not come out from Kanye, we wouldn't have a lot of the pop hits we had in 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. Kanye set the precedent, set like the bar for like what pop and club music should sound like. And honestly, Plastic Beach just falls, under that. So
I think that whole era was really fun for hip hop music. And I know you don't like this person. I love this record. But like B.O.B., like that record.
Yeah, not my fan. Not a fan.
That record I think is fucking unreal. I think it's amazing. I think it's full of just pop bangers, but in the hip hop realm. But yeah, the 2010, but even like 2008 to like 2013 was just a fucking rad time for hip hop, and it was exciting, and this is no exception. I was not as in love with Plastic Beach until this week. I guess I didn't really care for it, but I never listened to it. Never really dove into it. So
yeah,
here we
for
are.
me it was just the fall and then a bit of Plastic Beach. I've honestly listened to Plastic Beach more than I have outside of the fall, outside of any other Gorillaz record. I've listened to Plastic Beach more than I have the original or the self-titled record, Demon Days, and all that. I just think Plastic Beach came out at a time where I was just pirating a lot of music and just listening to a lot of pop music, more pop music at that time than I had ever listened to prior, even since. Like pop music between 08 and 12 was just like almost unmatched. Pop music was insanely cool, insanely good.
There was a lot of it too.
Yeah, a lot of it. But anyway, Plastic
Okay.
Beach. Cool
Your first
record.
impressions. What do you want to do?
I mean, I already kind of gave my first impressions. I mean, if you got anything else to add to that, we could just chop into any stinkers if we got them, and then our bangers.
I do want to say that like I know a big part of the Gorillaz is the visual aspect of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I watched not a whole lot because it's just I don't know, I don't really care that much, but I watched some live footage, and it is cool to have like the whole orchestra out there and the whole like brass section out there and doing their songs, and it's cool to see Damon out there doing his thing and the video on top. I don't care that much to be stimulated in that way when I'm going to a live musical performance. But that's I think that's just because of all like the punker shows that I've been to throughout the course of my life. It's not something I've really experienced on this kind of level. I probably would now if they did like some anniversary tour at some point of just Plastic Beach and played it in its entirety. I probably would go to it just because I'm curious and now I do like it. So I don't want to get too. I mean, I don't have a lot of notes for it anyway. I don't want to get too much into the visual aspect of this album or the Gorillaz because I just don't. I don't care. I don't care enough. It's not that I don't care at all. I just don't care enough.
It's like its whole other like entity. And in the end, I think the artwork, I think the animation, I think it all looks really fucking cool.
Yeah, it looks
I think it's
amazing.
very unique. I think it's unique to the Gorillaz
It's instantly recognizable.
instantly.
Almost
Not just
more
the
so
characters.
than the music. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not even just the main characters. It's everything, the animation itself. And at this time, I mean, hopping onto the artwork a little bit and then the visual aspect. At this time, Jamie, the animator, essentially, he was saying like he was just tired of drawing these characters over and over again. So he thought, why don't I just age them a little bit, make them a little bit older? We're an older band now.
That's fucking cool.
And that's exactly what he did. And not only that did he age them, but the style of the actual shorts and the music videos that they made for this album cycle, it also changed to a lot of CGI, like the background. A lot of the background was CGI, and some of it was like ultra realistic. Like sometimes they would throw like human, like real backgrounds and stuff in there, but then mix it with like the traditional animation, mixing it with CGI, and there was a lot. There's just a lot going on in these videos and these little shorts, and I think it's cool and just mad respect for them. And again, this band, I have a lot of respect for them. I think they're so ambitious, and they're just they do a lot of cool things, but some of it, or actually a lot of it, is just not for me. It's just not my thing. But I can respect it. I absolutely respect the hustle and the ambition of it all.
It's just it's not our niche. I don't care that much about like animation styles in regards to something like this. I'm going to be more music focused than anything else, and so that's kind of what actually not kind of, but all of my notes are based on like the music alone, and that's it.
Yeah, and also what's cool about this band and this record too. I mean, most of the records is that it's not just like a band of 3-4 guys. It's almost like this collective, because it's just like whoever wants to come in, or whoever Damon wants to come in and sing a song or rap on a song, whatever it is. Most of the songs on this record and most of their records have guest vocalists that really are the focal point of the song. And a lot of bands don't do that. But that also that shows like Damon's talent. You know, the fact that he could write songs around these people and then to reach out to those people and say, hey, I wrote this song kind of for you. I think you would sound great on it. Like a big example was like he wrote a song for Engelbert Humperdinck. Yeah. And he reached out to him multiple times. And he reached out to him multiple times, but Engelbert never got back to him. Come to find out, his manager, or Engelbert's manager, never relayed the message to him. And supposedly Engelbert like regrets the decision. Like he wishes he could have been on this record or been on a song. And it's just one of those things where Damon would just shoot his shot at like anybody he wanted to be on a song. He would just reach out to Morrissey, fucking everybody.
And he got Lou Reed on this one.
He did get Lou Reed on this record, yeah. Which is that's a big get. He tried really hard too, which we'll get into on that song because I really do want to talk about that one.
Is that one of your bangers? I mean, you can just do it.
It
now.
Is a banger.
Oh,
I mean,
girl.
I have 8 bangers. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And that's my fourth banger. The one.
Damn, son, that's my
Some Kind of Nature.
Too. Look at that.
Look at that. Yeah, Some Kind of Nature.
Wow. You hate Lou Reed.
I don't like Lou Reed. I don't like I like one Velvet Underground record, and that's it. The self-titled. Wow. That's the only record I like, and it's because he didn't have a lot to do with it.
That's what we should have done, except for Gorillaz. But yeah, Some Kind of Nature. That's my 4B. We can just get into this one then, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
So there was a whole, and again, the I don't know how they divide the royalties or anything like that. I have read different things where they made a point to do like a 50-50 split, and then they just 1099 all the guest vocalists. But Murdoch, the animation Murdoch, he's the leader of the band, quote unquote. He did this big like Q&A with Enemy or some other Loudwire or some big site, and he had talked about the recording process with Lou Reed, which obviously it's just Jamie talking or not Damon talking about the recording process with Lou Reed and how fussy Lou Reed was, but
so fussy, so annoying, such a pretentious. I mean, and Damon is pretty pretentious himself.
Well, he's English,
but that's true. But then you get Lou Reed into the picture, and Lou Reed is just, goddamn, he's so annoying.
First, he tells everyone, I'm recording, everybody out. And then he's well, this is my fucking band. Well, you're out. Get out. I don't want nobody in here while I'm recording.
I know. He only allowed Damon in the room. Yeah.
And why?
So
all you
annoying.
do is talk, sing anyway. But I mean, I do love Lou Reed. Obviously, love the Velvet
for some reason.
And I do like, I do like how this is set up. Like you said earlier, Damon is really good about writing a song and thinking like, oh, I'm gonna write this song for this dude, and like Rivers does it really well too when he has he's guest vocals on other people, but like he's good at writing a song for someone else to guest feature on, because I think the melody here and the instrumental part like perfectly matches Lou Reed's talk style, and then also a little bit when Lou Reed starts to sing. Like everything kind of just plays together, right? It's intertwined and kind of like helixes in and out of itself, and it's really cool.
And it's surprisingly like kind of more pop based. It has a more upbeat kind of feel to it, poppier, happier feel to it, and kind of the low voice of Lou Reed. It matches. It makes it sounds good in this context. I think this is I think it's a solid song. It's a solid song. And then also you mentioned, Lou Reed wouldn't allow anybody but Damon in the studio when they recorded it, but also to write the lyrics. Lou wrote the lyrics, his parts. Yeah. And he refused to do it in the studio. He hopped in a taxi in New York, rode around for a while in the taxi, wrote all the lyrics in the taxi, came back and then sang the song. And it's just like, God, dude, you're so obnoxious. Like such an obnoxious man. And then not even telling anybody that he was going to come back. So not only was he obnoxious, but he was just rude. Just straight fucking rude. I just don't like Lou. I just don't like Lou Reed. I don't like Velvet Underground, except for the one record.
You can be wrong about a lot of things. You are. That's all right.
But he also reached out to Lou Reed 4 times before Lou, and he reached out 4 times and Lou Reed declined 4 times, and then on the 5th attempt, he finally said, "Okay, the song's kind of cool. Come out and visit me in my studio in New York."
Well, it's like, especially with the Gorillaz too, you're reaching out to these like iconic guys, Bobby Womack. You're reaching out to these dudes have been in the music industry, who have fucking seen it all before you were still wet behind the fucking ears, right? And so you're reaching out to these dudes who have no idea who the fuck you are, and they're like, "Well, what's your band about?" They look you up, and it's like you're a band that has like cartoons and shit. These guys, dude, they're old people. Yeah. No. You know what I mean? They're old guys. Like they don't want none of that shit. They don't want none of that smoke. They don't want to deal with that. That's weird.
But Bobby Womack stuck around for a while too. He's on several records.
I think once you hear, you understand like, oh fuck, this is actually pretty dope. And the Bobby Womack thing, right? The story goes that his daughter liked Gorillaz a lot.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess I was gonna wait till we get into Stylo. Yeah.
We can do Stylo. I don't know. That's your favorite.
No. Let's wrap up with this Lou Reed one.
Well, let's go through the overall story front to back. That way, when we song hop, we can say, "Oh, this fits into the story this way, this way, whatever." Yeah. But as far as I read it, as far as I understood it, the story is it's not necessarily like mankind sucks, fuck us. It's more just, dude, plastic is around. It's inevitable. There is a plastic island, kind of sort of floating around in the Pacific Ocean, and this is the story of people getting dropped off onto this plastic beach, and what are their thoughts? What do they feel? How goes it? And that's kind of the story.
Yeah, and he said, I mean, Damon has said that it wasn't like this isn't like an overtly like negative concept, because he was inspired by going to multiple landfills, which is just such a weird inspiration.
Who the fuck even go? If that's such a fucking bullshit thing to say, why do you go to a landfill, bro?
It's such a pretentious thing. It's like apparently he went to a London landfill just to get like field recordings of seagulls squawking in the background. It's like, come on, dude, you can go to a fucking beach in England.
Fucked out of yeah, whatever.
You don't have to go to a landfill. And then apparently when he was vacationing in Mali, he went to a landfill there for whatever reason. Like, why would you go to a landfill?
Nah, it's bullshit. It's full of shit.
Yeah, and he was saying, well, and the wildlife that I saw, the lizards, the snakes, the squirrels, and the rats, and the foxes that I saw in the landfill, cohabitating with the plastic. They all adapted to it, and it's just like, dude, you're so fucking pretentious sometimes.
Just be honest, dude. This is a fucking song. This is an album about how like shitty our world is and the plastic we create. Because there is a thing, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch actually does exist.
It does exist, yeah.
And it's so fucking big, but it's not like an island. It's more of like a volume thing that's kind of like floating in. But it has its own kind of like microcosm, this ecosystem. So like that's just where we're at now, right? Like fuck off. We can't really get rid of it. Where are we going to put it? That's where we're at. That's what this album should have been if he didn't be such a butthole. Like nobody goes to a fucking landfill, bro. Come on, nobody buys that. Get fucked.
Unless you're dumping something at the landfill, you're not going to a landfill.
I've never been to a landfill.
I went to one like a year ago, the one in Brea. Fucking wild. I never knew that existed in Brea, and it was something I've never experienced.
Where the fuck is it in Brea?
So you know where Carbon Canyon is, where you turn right onto Carbon Canyon?
Yeah.
So normally you go turn right onto Carbon Canyon, but then if you actually go straight up that road, you go up that hill, or you start going up the hill, you get to this like check-in area and say, hey, I have this whatever, this is what I'm hauling, and then they say, okay, you can go to this spot, and then you fucking climb to the top of the mountain essentially, and then it's on the other side of the mountain, so you can't see it from like the Brea or Belinda side, but you can see it from the Chino side.
That's crazy.
And it's fucking massive, dude.
So it's basically just on the other side of like Black Gold.
Essentially, yes. And I never knew this about landfills, and my stepdad was telling me all about this because him and I were going there to go dump stuff at the landfill, and he goes to landfills like once a week for work because he works in construction, and he was like, yeah, this is my favorite landfill. He has favorite landfills too. This is my favorite one. They're really great here. They're cheap, and whatever.
Cheap?
Yeah, because you have to pay to dump stuff. Huh. And so we were there, and apparently how they do it is you dump all your shit and then they bury it. But when they bury all your stuff, there's like gases and methane and all kinds of stuff in the items, I guess. So what they have to do is they have to like build like vents out of the dirt, out of the ground, to release like the excess methane and whatever other gases, so there's no explosion. So like as you're going up the hill, over the hill, you'll see all these like kind of vents coming up out of the ground. And I was asking him like, well, what is this? And he told me what it was and why they do it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and then you just go and you just dump, and it's just like piles of just like miles of just piles of just trash. And then there's other people digging through the trash, like looking for whatever. So it's like, yeah, you're dumping shit, but then there's other people searching through the dump. The landfill was a wild experience that it was so weird.
That's crazy.
Weird.
Like I've been to the recycle place on the other side of the 91 and Kramer where I lived. We collect cans and bring them over there. So I've been to a recycling place in the conveyor belt, like the I Love Lucy thing where she's doing the chocolates. Like I've seen the guys in the conveyor belt separating the recyclables, and I've always just assumed that's similar to like a landfill. I don't know why.
The landfill. Literally, what we did is my stepdad and I we had a big U-Haul, and it was my grandma's old storage unit, and we took pretty much most of everything that was in the storage unit and put it in this U-Haul, took it to the landfill, just opened the back of the U-Haul and just throwing shit out onto the ground, and just piling stuff up. And then when we were done, we just drove away.
That's
crazy.
Was it.
Yeah.
Just fucking composting trash.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
It's wild.
So crazy.
But yeah, that's what this album is actually about. And so when he says, I've randomly, like, again, I didn't live too far from the landfill that you went to my whole life, right? Never went there. I never had enough trash
knew it was
like
there.
that to throw it away.
Yeah.
So like to say like, oh, I went to a landfill. Why the fuck would you go to a landfill, bro? That's bullshit. Get fucked, Damon.
I told you.
No, not you. Him.
Oh, not me. Okay, Damon. Yeah. Why would Damon? Yeah.
Why would the fuck would he go to a landfill? That's bullshit. Just say this album's about like trash, right? Like humans suck balls
and the
we're
environment.
fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're terrible to the environment. It's awful.
Yes. But yeah, so that's kind of the overall theme. It's environmentalism, just kind of how kind of fucked up the human race is, and that's really what this record is about. And there are moments where this record is pretty dark, but then there are also some like really pretty, beautiful moments on this record as well, which we'll get into. Especially with one of the singers. I loved her voice. I fucking loved her voice. But, oh my God, you're so annoying. So I guess we could jump into Stylo.
Stylo.
Is that even how you pronounce it? Yeah, I don't know either. So this one features
Stylo?
Bobby Womack. This is the big hit. This is actually a massive hit from the record. I remember when this song came out, when the video came out, it was just all over all over the radio, just all over the fucking radio. And it's a killer song, man. It's my favorite song on the record. It's my one.
That's wild. So I also remember when this song came out because I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Mos Def. Hell yeah. And then I heard it. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Why the fuck is this guy not shutting the fuck up? I want more Mos Def. This is not a banger for me. Because
really? That's nuts.
Dude, I don't fucking like singing. I don't like this shit. And this is a soul track. This is the soul track on the record.
It's funny because you like the more hip hop stuff that the Gorillaz do, and I dislike the hip hop stuff that they do. Like I like the singing stuff. I like when Damon sings a lot of the times. But the hip hop stuff, I generally I don't like the rappers that are on these songs.
That makes sense because Mos Def is here. He also tries to sing sometimes in his other albums, and it's like, bro, like that's not your forte. But like his rapping here is pretty much relegated to just like a background refrain, like at best. That's it. But yeah, this is like the soul track, and I don't mind the instrumental bits of this because I think it's cool, and I don't even like really mind like the Bobby Womack parts because it's not set up in a traditional soul way. It's way more chaotic and electronic, beat driven than like the normal soul music I am used to. But this is still not. This is honestly one of my least favorite tracks on the record.
That's insane because it's not even like you said, it's not even like a soul track. It's an electronic, straight up electronic, almost like 80s dark new wave song with R&B kind of vocals because he was an R&B singer.
Oh, it's not kind of. It straight up is.
It is. But I also like Damon's vocals on this one too.
Yeah,
I think he has a very nice voice on this one. And I also like when he does not use that filter, like the faraway filter, the distorted faraway filter. I've never liked that, never have, and he doesn't use it on this, thankfully. So
there's just like the soul part, where like that kind of shit. I just don't fucking like it.
I like when he wails. I like when
don't like it.
Bobby wails. So
Bob Whale.
It's good. It's so good, dude. God, it just gets me so pumped.
This actually might be my least favorite song on the record.
That's insane.
I really don't like this. No, maybe this one and the Snoop song. The
Snoop song is pretty. It's kind of lame.
Yeah, this song and the Snoop song are my least favorite songs on the record.
But the band or Damon like put it perfectly. What the song was kind of inspired by, or what it makes you think of, is like an 80s movie, or like driving in the middle of the night, like at 3 a.m. just driving your car, like putting this music on. This is a very like night driving type of track.
It has, for sure has like a Miami Vice type vibe to it. Yeah. And a lot of these songs do. A lot of these songs have that kind of that Miami Vice type vibe, and even like Dark Side of the Moon kind of has that Miami Vice type vibe to it.
Yeah.
But this song
like
for
most
sure
bands took from that Pink Floyd record,
like
or
Giorgio
later Pink
Moroder,
Floyd.
like that, all that stuff.
Yeah.
This sounds. I don't know. I didn't write a lot of notes for this because like no fucking way Tyler's gonna like this. This song.
I fucking love this
crazy.
song so much. I've loved it from the moment I heard it when it came out. This has always been a top tier Gorillaz track for me because I like Bobby's voice so much, and if I had more time this week, I would have listened to some of his music from back in the 70s and shit, 60s and 70s, but I didn't have time. But I did read about Bobby Womack a bit, and what a fucking wild life that guy had, man.
Well, yeah. So he's already part of a family like musical group.
Valentinos, I think they were called.
Yeah, the Valentinos. And then he hooks up with
his
Sam
brothers.
Cooke. Yeah, they're all brothers.
Yeah.
Also, the Womack brothers. Yeah, I think there's like 4 of them or some shit.
I think
fucking
4.
A lot of Womack brothers. But then he hooks up with Sam Cooke, and like Sam Cooke's fucking wild too.
Yeah.
And so a lot of these guys, like
plays guitar with Sam Cooke
in that 60s, 70s era, just so many fucking drugs, just so much addiction. But then this guy has a lot of kids. A lot of them die in pretty fucked up ways, which is pretty fucking sad.
Drowning, suicide.
One got squished between like the wall and then died later, like between the bed and the wall, and like died later or some shit. And
it's fucked up.
That's pretty fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know.
But
I've
the one story or multiple stories that I read about him today was that, yeah, he was Sam Cooke's guitar player. Sam Cooke died. Sam Cooke was also married. Sam Cooke died. 10 days later, Bobby Womack was going to marry his widow. I forgot her name right now. They were going to marry 10 days after Sam Cooke's death, but the only reason they didn't marry was because Sam Cooke was 20 years old, and apparently in whatever state it was, they didn't allow people under 21 to get married without their parents' permission. She was 30 years old. He was 20. So they waited until his 21st birthday, which was like a month later. Then they got married. They were together for 4 years, and then they broke up because Bobby Womack was sleeping with her 17-year-old daughter, who she had with Sam Cooke. And that right there led to the divorce. Linda Cooke, yeah. She was the 17-year-old daughter, had sex with her, had a relationship with her while it was so fucked up.
Don't forget the guns.
And then at one point, oh yeah, but even before the daughter thing, neither family they were scrapping. Like Sam Cooke's family obviously was upset, and they were fighting. They were beating the shit out of each other. And then where did the gun come in again? I don't remember.
So the daughter, so Linda. Yeah, he married Linda, the 17-year-old, and then Barbara, the mom, pulled a gun, shot it at Bobby Womack.
Oh, shot it at Bobby, yeah.
At his fucking head, and it like grazed his skull, right? So he got lucky on that one.
Well, he didn't. Bobby didn't marry the daughter. He was just having sex with her.
Yeah, correct.
He was just having sex with her, and then Barbara, the mom, shot at Bobby.
Yeah,
and then
because he was with her, but then having sex with a daughter.
Yeah, exactly. So they divorced, or Bobby and Barbara divorced. And then what ended up happening was a couple years later, after Linda, the daughter, was a couple years older, she ended up marrying Bobby Womack's little brother. And they made music together, and they were married and had kids and all this kind of shit. What a fucking mess. What a fucking mess. God damn! Bobby Womack's story is crazy.
He was always marrying young too. I think like one of his third or fourth wives, she was like 19. He was like late 30s.
I read that too.
So just also Sam. I mean, I don't know if we're just going into Sam Cooke territory. I don't know if we talked about it before, but Sam Cooke's death and it's pretty fucking wild too. And
I don't remember he was murdered, right? Kind of.
Yeah, I guess like self-defense murder. The way I see it, he was. The way the story goes is he was probably trying to rape somebody, and she fled, and then tried to go into this. They're in a motel. He tries to bring this girl back. She agrees to go back. Something happens. She says, "No, I'm good," and then she leaves. And actually doesn't leave. She runs away, wearing basically nothing but socks and a sports coat. Sam Cooke's all fucked up. Runs after her. The girl goes down to the manager's office, pulls on the door. She doesn't answer, so the girl leaves and runs away. Sam Cooke goes and bangs on the manager's door. Yo, I know she's fucking in there. Let her out. And the manager's like, yo, I don't know who the fuck you are, but don't come in here, have a gun. So Sam Cooke somehow opens the door, and the manager, who's a woman, shoots Sam Cooke dead. And then I don't know too much of the details outside of just what seems to be probably the case with people that are on drugs. But I know a lot of people think that was not what happened. Including big name. I think Aretha Franklin was one of the first people to come out and be like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Again, I don't really know. I really don't care. I don't like soul music or R&B in general, especially when it gets into the gospel stuff, the doo-wop. I don't fucking care.
Not for me.
This is already too much. I really don't want to talk about. It bores me to death.
Well, I still wanted to talk about Bobby Womack because his life was just wild. Massive cocaine addict, massive alcoholic. And he lived to be 70. He died in 2014. The guy lived a while. He beat cancer at first, and he was a diabetic. And actually, that leads into this particular song. So this is the first time he had worked with the Gorillaz, and he came in to record, and Damon pretty much just said just kind of do whatever you feel is right. Just record and just kind of sing, blah blah blah, whatever. And he sang for an hour.
Yeah.
He just an hour of just recording, and because he was diabetic, he just wasn't paying attention to his blood sugar,
Whatever
and he
it is,
passed
yeah.
out. Just straight up fucking passed out. And then they had to give him a banana. And then after that banana, he was just like perfectly fine. Like, it's fucking, it was wild. He just wasn't not paying attention
Dude,
to his blood sugar.
I mean, for whatever it's worth, it would be funny now, like in the age of Instagram and recording things. Some white guy giving Bobby Womack, who's like passed out a banana, would be hella fucking meme worthy, right? Like that would be wild in today's times.
It really would. That's so wild.
Like
I did not think of that until right now.
I don't know dick about like what people need when they're passing out from diabetic
Blood
shock.
sugar.
I guess.
It's your blood sugar gets too low, and you essentially pass out.
So
that's
you
what
need
most
sugar, right? And I
you
feel
need
like
sugar. Yeah.
if I'm in the studio, I don't know, like what do I most likely have on me that is full of sugar? Is probably
Normally
alcohol or candy.
No, so normally what people like diabetics I know and that what they do is they carry around apple juice for when their blood because with diabetes your blood sugar will just drop for literally no reason sometimes. And in those instances you have to either, take a shot of insulin, you have to drink some apple juice, you drop apple juice, like something with sugar to raise your blood sugar back up because you'll literally fucking die if you don't. And you'll pass out beforehand. And that's what happened with him. His blood sugar got too low.
Why apple juice, not like lemonade?
I think there's just more sugar in apple juice. I mean, I guess you could do lemonade.
I think it's so much better though.
But the point is to get sugar into your body, so your body tries to
orange
use
juice.
it.
I probably do orange juice.
But could you down warm orange juice more than you could down like warm apple juice?
No, you're right. Warm apple juice is easier than lemonade and
easier to take
orange
down.
juice. Yes, for sure. You're 100% right. I think at that point I would just make sugar water with sugar and just drink that if it's going to be gross, right? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could technically do that. Yeah.
Do we not want to talk about Gorillaz?
We do. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about I just really want to talk about Bobby Womack, and I was kind of going back into the whole Gorillaz getting into the making of this song because of his him passing out and while he was recording this song. I just thought that was fucking wild. But I do really like Stylo. So let's get into a different song.
Yeah, no, you're full of surprises sometimes. Sometimes you surprise everybody.
Only good surprises. So what's your favorite song? One banger.
Super Fast Jellyfish.
Good. Okay, that's a good one with De La Soul. That's good. That's my 6B.
What?
6B. Yeah. 6B here. So let's get into it. What do you got?
I don't know. I think sometimes you being a little crazy. Maybe you're right earlier when you said like I do tend to like more of the hip hop stuff that they throw out and less of the Damon, especially the Damon vocal driven songs. I don't care that much about. But yeah, this one's got De La Soul in it. Obviously, it's going to be a banger because even if it's a low banger, obviously it's still going to be a banger because
it's still a
De La
great
Soul
song.
are fucking good. They slay. This is still in that era where they're like underground, but everybody in the scene kind of knows who they are. They're appearing in a lot of videos. They're doing a lot of interviews, and they're fun. The upbeat, happier sound is very in line with what De La Soul is like historic for, right? The 3 Feet High and Rising sound, rather than like De La Soul is Dead. Pasta News, Trugoy, they go back and forth in the verse, and it's fucking cool. It's really rad. It sounds like it should just be on a De La Soul record. It's cool.
Yeah,
I dig.
Now, I do like the upbeat style of it all. I think it trudges along really, really well. But kind of like the gangster rap style of rapping, that's what's kind of throwing me off a little bit because it's like when I hear De La Soul, I don't want to hear like the kind of gangster rap thing that they kind of do on this song. Like I'm only basing this off of the first De La Soul record, and it's still really good, but I wanted something a bit more positive and happy with the rapping on this one, but it's still killer.
Okay, so I think, I guess going in line with that, Feel Good Inc., right? I think it was just Trugoy actually that was on Feel Good Inc., but Feel Good Inc. had De La Soul on it, and that's not like gangster rappy. I don't know,
It's not.
I don't
It's not a
think
word,
this
but-
one is.
I
think-
it's more just his delivery when he's rapping. It's just the delivery. That's it.
I think maybe it sounds like that because the music kind of gets quiet and it's just him just like spitting out bars with like a heavy bass line.
Possibly.
But I don't see that as like specific to like gangster rap. I think that's like alternative hip hop. That's why I like Ugly Duckling so much. Because a lot of their music is like that. Alcoholics, a lot of that alternative hip hop sound is like that. We see the Far Side not that long ago. So I think it's pulling from gangster rap. But gangster rap,
I'm not saying it's overtly like gangster rap, but just some of the delivery it's a little bit just too like just too, and I don't want to say aggressive, but it's just abrasive.
no, actually, no, I take it all back. No, because no. Nah.
You understand it better than I do, but this is just my impression on the song.
This lines up more. I like Ugly Duckling a lot. That's one of my favorite hip hop groups. So I attribute more like the heavy, the doom do, right? That's none of that is gangster rap. There's no.
Well, I'm not talking about the
G-funk in
beat
here. There's no.
I'm talking about the vocal delivery.
Well, okay, so even like the vocal delivery too. There's not a heavy emphasis on like the bad words, right? Like fuck the police, or like like a lot of stuff Dre does. A lot of emphasis on the bad words because that's what cool guys do. There's very little, if no, bad words here, and it's more fun. It's more like that's I don't know. The gate is a lot more exciting and more fun, and not as
I don't know.
serious.
I don't think so. I think the way that he does each line, it's like he kind of like really emphasizes that first word, and just like bum, like just very.
That's because of the song, right? The song has a very heavy that boom boom boom. That's because
but I feel like
go along with the bass line. That's because it's a pop record. That's what they're trying to do.
But I think that's what makes it more gangster rap. Obviously not lyrically or anything like that, but just the delivery of the vocals reminds me more of that, rather than like conscious hip hop from New York in the mid 90s, late 90s, because there's a lot of in that kind of conscious hip hop, there's a lot of variation, there's a lot going on, not just musically but vocally too. Like they're kind of getting kind of goofy and fun, but then getting serious, and it just a lot of back and forth. But here it was just like it was just very, very straightforward and whatever. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's still a great song. I mean, it's still a banger for me. I thought this song was really good. Really, really good.
Yeah, this is my number 1B. I think it's super dope. Lyrically, the music industry blasting, I guess. But also just I thought it was kind of fun. It's just I also saw that this is kind of blaming the now generation, which is even worse now. The now generation, the instant gratification already back then, and back then this wasn't that long ago. But I think this song was kind of getting into that aspect where people, I don't know, we
yeah, it was less. It was less about quality than quantity. It was just
but this was like a while ago, and it has gotten worse. Has gotten worse now,
exponentially worse.
I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to say here. I just like the song a lot.
I mean, think about it. Instagram had just come out. Maybe it wasn't even out yet. Twitter and Facebook were really the only big ones. MySpace was dying, or already dead at this point.
We're already doing what we do now back then, but just not as aggressive as we're doing it now. And this is 2010.
And the instant gratification, the short attention spans really began during the algorithm era of social media, and that started happening in like 2016. I think it was 2015 or 2016 on your Instagram and Snapchat and even like Twitter to an extent. But yeah, back then in 2010, you barely had Twitter. It had only been out for like 2 years at that point. Facebook was only 6 years old at that point. MySpace was dying. Yeah, honestly, it was a different time. But to this day, it's gotten exponentially worse.
You can blame Kanye for a lot of that also, because when Graduation dropped in like the late 2000s, like that was, I mean, that's just such a fucking phenomenal record that every song has such a unique identity that sounds so different than everything else on that record. And so everybody hears that, because even like just like comparing Graduation from the College Dropout, right? That's like two fucking completely different bands, two completely different eras of Kanye that releases years apart.
Very, very different.
Like those could have been like 15 years apart for most hip hop artists if they were lucky. But Graduation hits, and it fucking changes the game, right? And so now everybody thinks like, fuck, dude, all we got to do is just find this weird kind of Daft Punk sample that's kind of like alternative, that's kind of like EDM, that's whatever, and then maybe we can make a banger out of it. And so but then Kanye hits 808s and Heartbreaks and completely go. Kanye's so good.
I know Kanye was so goddamn good at the time.
The Graduation to 808s is just such a wild fucking gap. It's such
crazy,
it's so insane.
Left everybody in the dust. Like nobody understood. We can't get into it.
I know.
Yeah, we cannot get into this. But I get what you're saying. Like because of what Kanye was doing on Graduation, you know, it led to like a lot of shorter attention spans. You know, let's get like the pop beats. Let's make things a lot flashier, a lot more bubblegum and brighter. And that's really what Graduation did in 07. And then we get this record in 2010. I mean, this is just playing off of how music was progressing at the time. And the beat's great. The beat is fantastic. But once again, the vocals are what I think are just, I don't feel like they quite line up, or they don't sound that great against the beat itself. But it's still a great beat, and there's still good rapping, but it's still a little off. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Superfast Jellyfish. What's your 2B? Because that was your one, I know. And
Empire Ants.
Good. That's my 2B as well.
Good girl. You got something right today. Yeah, Empire Ants.
God damn, this is a fucking beyond banger. This is so good.
It is good. And I think I think starting with, if I scroll back a little bit, honestly, starting with Rhinestone. Rhinestone's my 3B. Starting with Rhinestone, I think the album opens up a lot. I think it starts off, I don't want to say weak, it just starts off in a very deliberate way. The orchestral intro is what it says, which is more like the overture to everything else. And then the Snoop Dogg stuff, it's like, that's fine. Snoop's just Snoop. He's not nothing. He's iconic, but he's not really that great. And the White Flag, I think, is kind of a little bit of a throwaway song. But Rhinestone's really where the album opens up. And I don't like it, but Stylo is really when it hits the ground running. And then we get super fast. You get Empire Ants, Glitter Freeze, which is not a banger of mine, but it's a really, really good song for the sequencing of the record. And we don't get like a really kind of like stupid song until the album closes, to be honest.
The last song is kind of like the downer. Even though it's not a downer song, it's a very electronic based song.
The last
song
wait,
anyway. We're getting way too far. Let's get back into Empire Ants.
Empire Ants. I like this.
You're talking about Rhinestone Eyes. You're talking about Glitter Freeze.
Well, the
White
sequencing
Flag
of the record, I think, comes into play because I think the sequencing of the record is fucking phenomenal. It's his dream pop. It starts light and airy and kind of just floats around the verses. Then we hit the instrumental break, and the song really, really opens up. It breaks open. You get the female vocal in this, like the Little Dragon stuff. She's the Swedish band, Little Dragon.
Nagano.
There you go.
Yumiki Nagano. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Yumiki. And I love her voice.
Here's an interesting thing too. Is I never heard of this band until this week, and then looking at all of their records, I was like, damn, we have like 3 of these in the store. And then I went and looked, and like, yeah, we have like 2. I think 2 of their records in the store for like $25.
So they're like they're a Swedish group. She's like the lead singer of this group, Yumiki Nagano, and she's on at least 2 songs. I think maybe 3 songs on here. But I love her voice, and I think it's so great on this song. Like you said, the first half of the song is like very dream pop, lo-fi. Love me some lo-fi. A lot of Pink Floyd, a ton of Pink Floyd on that first half. Then the second half drops into this like heavier synth, really synth-based driven thing. Still with some lo-fi elements, but it also has this ethereal feel with her vocals on it. I think it's fantastic. I think this song is
this for sure is my 2B. I love it. I agree, but I don't agree for why. the female vocals, I think, is whatever. I think they're almost throwaway. You can input any other female vocalist in there. I don't think there's anything iconic about the way she says things or how she says it. It's just more angelic than his thing.
Yeah.
It's just a good contrast. But like, you could put Gwen Stefani in there. You could put Madonna in there. You could put Michelle Obama in there. I think they're all the fucking same.
Okay.
They're no different in this capacity. Because we're just putting a bunch of verb on it and adding a bunch of the dream pop elements, right? This is bedroom pop. This is like what the fuck is Kaylee like? TV Girl and shit that Kaylee likes. And actually, I like TV Girl too, but it's cool.
There's nothing wrong with dream pop. There's nothing wrong with lo-fi music. Like, it's all very pleasant and really good to listen to. And I don't think like Yukimi is like this incredible singer or anything like that, but I think her vocals fit really well in the context of this song. And
because it's just a female vocalist. That's it.
Yeah, and I think
that's not what makes this song strong. What makes this song strong is the instrumental the instrumental break and the instrumentals. Like, you could take the female vocals out entirely and just make Damon sing the same exact thing. I'd be fine with it.
But that's honestly like almost every song on this record.
No.
Come on, dude.
No.
It's more about the music than it is vocally throughout most of this record.
No. There's only a handful of songs that are like this, that are crafted like this. The other half of the songs are crafted like the next one, Glitter Freeze, right? Like, that's a completely fucking differently crafted song where there's very little to almost no vocal intervention.
Because once again, it's more about the music rather than the vocals. The vocals are more like placeholders in a lot of these songs.
This song for sure is more about the music than it is about the vocals.
Because this is pretty much an instrumental. Glitter Freeze
like, don't say
pretty
like,
much
I like the this lo-fi wood. Like, it's just
I just like lo-fi. All I was saying was like, I like lo-fi music.
It's a dream pop song.
Dream pop lo-fi is so similar.
Listen to TV Girl. Like,
dream pop and lo-fi is so similar. Like, it's not exactly the same, obviously, but it's very, very similar. So come on.
You just think that like your Final Fantasy VII lo-fi record is like the end all be all.
No, I do listen to a lot of lo-fi. I listen to a lot of it. I just throw playlists on Spotify or throw playlists on YouTube. So we're good with Empire Ants. Glitter Freeze, obviously this is more of an instrumental track. Very, very synth heavy, super synth heavy.
Yeah.
I like this one. I like this track a lot.
Yeah.
I like it
super. This is not a B for me, but it's like when I say there's not a B for me. These could be Bs. I haven't spent a lot of time with this record, even though we did it this week. Again, World Cup interfered. And a lot of these are fucking long, so get fucked. Take it or leave it, Isaac. That's all we got, okay? This one features Mark Smith from The Fall. Never really cared for The Fall. I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, it wasn't my thing.
Apparently he wanted to record his vocals facing north. That's why in the very beginning they were recording, and that's why he says, which way is north? And I thought it was funny, so they kept it in there. That's fucking weird. Get fucked. But I guess this is like the punk, chaotic track of the record. They always kind of have one of these... especially in the early records. But they're doing that little Rush thing, too, early on with the Morse code for Plastic Beach into the beat. I think that's kind of cool.
It's fun. Yeah,
that's fun. Nothing wrong with that. If you didn't know Morse code, like 99.9% of the people on this fucking earth, you would never know. But reading about it, I think is fun. Same with Neil Peart. Like, I don't know the fucking Morse code for YYZ, bro. But your beat's still cool. You know, whatever. But it's a cool experimental instrumental song. Instrumental. That'd be a cool name for a song. Experimental instrumental.
That's just too much of a tongue twister, I think.
That's why it's cool. Like it. Like Paranoid Android.
Okay. Now, one thing we actually haven't even talked about regarding this record is that this originally started out as a giant a film project. This was originally supposed to be called The Carousel. Like, they started this as The Carousel. They were going to make this like movie and maybe a stage show. There were 70 different songs written for the movie and stage show from Damon. And then after like a year and a half, they're like, you know what? Let's just make this a Gorillaz record. And they kind of really toned it down and just kind of broke it all down to the what we got on this record, the 16 tracks or more actually, because a lot more songs were written.
A lot more.
Yeah, but a lot of them weren't even released because they wanted certain vocalists with it. Like we mentioned earlier, Engelbert Humperdinck, he wanted on one of the songs, and it just did not happen. So I just wanted to mention that because we did not talk about it, but it is important to the lead up of the record. But
I mean, there's a lot, dude. There's so
just
much
a lot
written
written
about this band, and that
Yeah.
like it just doesn't. It's rude to say, this just doesn't fucking need to be that much written about this band.
But they also, I mean, just it's not just the music with them. It's the artwork. It's the animation. There's the visual, the entire visual aspect of it. This is more like an art project rather than a band. That's what the Gorillaz really. That's what they really are. They're an art project, almost like Devo. Like Devo really set the stage for what like Gorillaz became, and Devo did this back in the 70s.
I think even like the Residents, right? I think we talked Les Claypool. Was it last week we did Les Claypool, or 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, we did the Les episode. But the Residents like this big art collective that obviously like Les took a lot from, and that's probably like the biggest first art collective thing. But even I don't know, Velvet Underground too, like the art collective that they hooked up with Andy Warhol. But this is, I don't know, this is on a different level because this is like so ingrained in the music, and I feel like everybody knows Gorillaz, some type of Gorilla song. But even if maybe you haven't and you saw a picture, much in the same way, like if you never heard Pink Floyd, but you saw the Dark Side of the Moon cover, you would be like, yeah, that looks kind of familiar, right? Like I kind of know what that is. I almost feel like if you showed a picture of just like the band, the virtual band, the Gorillaz, I think a lot of people, most people would be like, that looks kind of familiar. I don't know what it is, but that looks familiar, right? It's just that iconic.
I think so, yeah. Just you throw the 4 characters up on the screen, and you're like, oh yeah, this is the Gorillaz, like 100%.
Dude, there's
I've seen that before.
Every like Dell's character, I guess, got like hit by a car and died, and then immediately was the ghost of Dell's character was transformed into Russ, and that's why in the video, when that also in the lyrics, like he talks about like through Russ, not his muscles but the percussion he provides, and in the video like little ghost comes out of Russ, the drummer, because that's Dell's. There's a whole fucking, you know what I mean? Like every single like person has their own backstory.
From the very beginning.
From the very beginning.
Yeah.
Respect it. I don't like it, but I respect it. Like you with Pet Sounds. Like you with Pet Sounds. I don't like it, but I respect it.
Well, it's not that I don't like it. It's just it's not my favorite thing. I have it. I mean, I have the record. I do like Pet Sounds.
Because you respect it. You don't like it, but you respect it. I get that.
Off.
I get it.
So
I get
annoying.
it. I get it.
All right. So yeah, we've gotten into quite a few songs. What was your 3B? Rhinestone Eyes?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Rhinestone Eyes.
Okay, so let's get into that. That's a good one. That's a good banger.
Is it not a B for you?
It is not a banger, but it's okay. It's a good song. It's a good song.
You're a wild boy.
Let's get into it.
It's funny too, because like Damon has that lazy, soft vocal delivery that you like so much. But it's a fun song. Has a good swing to it. Like his singing pace is very in line with the hip hop vibe they always try to throw out there with. So I like this one because it's not him trying to be a singer. It's more of him just trying to keep that like normal hip hop beat, which I guess that makes more sense to me. The song gets a little more persistent as it goes on. Doesn't get like really aggressive or over the top or anything. It just gets a little bit more demanding. The beat gets a little more demanding. I think that's kind of cool. At least that's what I felt from it. I don't know if that's
good,
accurate or whatever, but
well, I mean, the thing that I don't really care for, and when it comes to his vocals, is that he uses that effect, that far away kind of distorted effect, and it's just like, just use your normal voice, man.
Like in Feel Good Inc. when he's like,
yeah, I don't. And he uses it like through this entire song, and it's not bad. I mean, honestly, the song is not bad at all. But I prefer just like a more natural his more natural voice rather than throwing that kind of far away effect on it.
Definitely we like the complete opposite things about several like key aspects of this record.
Everything about this band, because I love The Fall, but you don't really care for it that much. You love Demon Days. I thought Demon Days was good. It was fine. Like we have some pretty stark differences in what we like about this band.
I think give it more time. I think The Fall will definitely drop. That's silly boy talk.
The
Mountain we both agree that probably is going to go up rather than stay the same. But I
That
think like
record's so good.
the key differences between like what we like in the band is, especially in Damon's vocals, when it's just him singing. I don't think he's a great singer.
No.
I never thought he was a great singer, and I think he has like a lazy voice, and I don't like it. I like when it's like modulated. I like that Feel Good Inc. kind of sound. I don't want to hear just him because it's boring.
And honestly, I mean, we haven't even talked about it, but Damon being in Blur, I never really cared for Blur. I even went back and listened to one other record. I forgot what record I listened to. The one with the Greyhounds on the front.
Yeah, that's
Fuck,
that's their biggest record.
Yeah, I went back and listened to it this week, and I don't get it. It's not for me. It's so British. It's so goddamn British. And that's not like a knock to them because, there's some great British bands, but I don't care about Blur. But they are better than Oasis. 100% better than Oasis. But yeah, I don't care
I don't care.
about Blur.
I
But that's only
Song
one
2,
record.
but that's about it.
Yeah. They have like 9 albums, but yeah, whatever.
Who cares? Okay, that's all right.
All right. So Brian's So Nice. Yeah, good one.
3B.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Do we really want to? Do we need to talk about any other songs? Let me kind of look through my.
Let's see here. Orchestral intro, we kind of brushed on it. The
Yeah.
Plastic Beach was Snoop.
Yeah,
Whatever.
whatever. Yeah.
White Flag, I think is a true. Like, okay, whatever, dude. The story behind everything is cool. So like the songs kind of come to life a little bit more. But then Broken, what I don't even talk about that one. Sweepstakes, I think that's a better Mos Def performance. That's my 5B, by the way.
The Broken song?
Yeah, no, Sweepstakes.
Oh, Sweepstakes.
Yeah.
I didn't like that song. That was
if you don't like this, you're probably not gonna like Black and Bull Ciders. Mos Def.
It's
thing
too
he
spoken
does.
word, like subtle rapping, and I just don't care. And then Mos Def, or what's his name that he uses now? Yusan
Yasiel Bey.
Yasil Bey. Yeah, I don't remember what the name he uses now, but yeah, this song I don't like that type of rapping, that type of spoken word that he does on here. But then he said that this is like the best thing that he's ever done. He said that he's the most proud of this performance, and it was like all done in one take too. He did this entire song in one take, which is wild.
If you want to get into like that specific era of like, New York hip hop from I don't know the fucking late 90s into the 2000s, you can just look at like any of the ciphers. There's a couple of videos of Mos Def doing ciphers in like Central Park.
I'm sure those are cool.
And they're fucking so goddamn good. And then he hooks up with like Talib Kweli for Black Star. And it's not a great record, but like late 90s era of like hip hop that is like iconic stuff. But Black on Both Sides, man, Mos Def's first record.
I mean, I've listened to the Black Star record. I know I've definitely listened to that a couple times.
It's like I said, it's not. That's not great. That's not a good representation for either of them, actually. But it's just iconic because like two huge up and coming stars are hooking up together, and I don't know, throwing out something that's fucking catchy and cool.
Mm-hmm.
But Mos Def, I don't know. Mos Def's cool. Everybody likes Mos Def because he's in a bunch of movies too. And people love him.
I have no problem with him at all. Like
Right? He was cool with Hitchhikers.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in that.
Be Kind, Rewind. He was in, and then he was in one with Bruce Willis too. 16 Blocks.
Never saw that one.
That was a fucking good one
Never
too. And he
saw
talked all weird for some reason too. Like, oh man, fucking Danny Brown is shit. Annoying. I don't know why he did that.
All right, so I mean I think that's about it. I don't really have much more.
And then Plastic Beats, the title track. That one had half the Clash in it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. That was a cool song too.
That's a good song.
That was my 5B. That was my 5B, by the way. Plastic
okay,
Beach
that's
was.
good. That's a good song. Yeah. It's got a deep bass groove to it. Very Robbie kind of Shakespeare deep groove to it. I thought I'd written it out as this is top tier filler. Like this is a really good filler song.
I thought the Harms vocally were just fantastic on this one. Some really cool loops, but I like the loops a lot. Sometimes I don't like when it's super dense and there's just a lot of shit going on. Sometimes I like the basic shit that happens, and that's what Plastic Beach is, along with some good vocal harms. So
That's good.
I dig it.
To binge, that was a good one.
Yeah,
Another bedroom
I
pop
like
song.
Yukimi. She's my girl.
Cloud of Unknowing, the Bobby Womack song
Yeah,
again.
That honestly should have been the closer and not Pirate Jet.
So like, so if we go back to earlier, the orchestral intro, right? I don't see that as the intro. That's more like an overture. Like people are getting their seats, the music's playing, and then all of a sudden, like, welcome to the Plastic Beach. Like, welcome, my friends. Like that's really the intro, and then you kind of like contrast that with Cloud of Unknowing. I do think that is the closure of this, whereas like Pirate Jet is the exit music. Like show's over, everybody leave, but they're still playing one more song during the credits, right?
Okay, I see.
That's how
see what you
I
mean.
view this whole concept record, and I think if you view it that way, I think it's a little bit better and a little bit cooler.
Okay,
But,
I see that. I see that.
Final thoughts? Is that where we're going now? Is that the
Yeah,
natural
let's
progression
do
here?
final thoughts on this record. Let's rate the record based off of our world famous 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to, 1 is a bad album, give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. What do you got? Go.
I do like doing these episodes where like Go Hero is one, where I don't know a whole lot about any of it, right? I never really dove too deep into any of it. But given like the backstory and similar to the Go Hero one, it's like, damn, that story's actually kind of fucking dope. This story, I don't say it's anything new. It's not like crazy or whatever.
Yeah.
Like we've seen it done on Twilight Zone, so many other TV
The
shows.
Kojiro one was way more.
The Gojira was
weird and
fucking super dope and eclectic.
sci-fi.
Yeah,
yeah.
This
It was
one's
way cooler.
very, very, very formulaic, but you don't. I don't know. It's still fucking
pop
cool.
music.
It's still
It's
still
pop
a cool
music.
story. Exactly, it's a pop story and to a pop album, and that's what Gorillaz do best. They do pop
Yeah.
albums best. They're really good at it, or he's really good at it. But I like this a lot. I think. I don't think this would ever be my favorite Gorillaz record. I think this will always stay at number 2. I really do think The Mountain might be my favorite Gorillaz record if I give it some more time. I just I was floored on it today and this week.
Same.
But I don't know. This is cool. This passes by my store. Like obviously I'm going to take this home. So I think no less than 2, no more than 2.5. So I'm going to do 2.3. I'm going to do 2.3.
2.3 out of 3.
2.3 out of 3.
Okay, not bad. Now, Plastic Beach. I think this is one of the good outliers from this band. Like I said, I do love the Fall. I love the complete opposite kind of feel that the Fall has to this. But there's some great pop stuff on here. There's some great beats. There's some great features all over this record. I think this record is really fun. I would get this on vinyl. I really would. But I agree with you too. The Mountain could creep up, man. It could creep up to my number 1. I mean, I do love the Fall, but the Mountain was something
Man,
else.
that
That was
wild,
a great
huh?
fucking record. I was so shocked when I listened to it this morning. Just I'm excited to listen to it more over the next couple weeks.
It was like 35 minutes deep, and I was still like, damn, this is still really
Yeah.
fucking good.
It's really good. There's so much going on, but in all the best ways. Like none of it seems like filler or anything like that. But anyway, we're not talking about The Mountain. We're talking about Plastic Beach. Shit. But this is okay. So as good as this record is, it is very much a product of its time. Like we were mentioning, pop music post 2007, post graduation from Kanye, had very much this kind of feel, and there is nostalgia here as well. But I do like the dream pop. I like the lo-fi aspects of this one as well. And with all that being said, I'll give it a 2.25 out of 3. 2.25 out of 3. I really do like this record. I think it's solid.
It's not
I
bad.
really-
It's a good score.
And I
That's
and
a
I
good
think we
score.
were between you and I think we were just I think we were just splitting hairs. Like we both like this record. We both
Yeah.
have the general same opinion on these songs. We're just kind of fighting for no reason, really.
Well, we got to fight about something.
Yeah, of course. That's the pot. But anyway, thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, you smash that subscribe button, dude. And that's it. That's all.